Order of Light presents a new era of contact, UFO sightings and strange anomalies, secret space programs and off-world adventures, advanced technologies and new discoveries, extraterrestrial abductions and contactees. Now is the time to speak. As we explore the unknown, the uncertain, and unseen, we are the disclosure, and these are those stories.
Hello, welcome all of you wonderful beings of light. Welcome back to the channel. Robert Earl White, Order of Light. I have an amazing panel of guests today. Recently, most of you probably know I went on a little vacation. I went down to Fort Myers, Florida, to meet up with a bunch of friends of mine that I've connected at the conference in Orlando, Hillary, Sam, and Marliss, which you can see down there. And we all had a great time. We all connected. And for a long time, Samantha was like, "Oh, I want you to come down to Fort Myers." Unfortunately, their house was completely destroyed by the hurricane that hit in Fort Myers. So they've been doing a lot of reconstruction and building it back up. So we kept putting it off and off. And then it turns out that my great friend Marliss down there from Texas, she met Hillary and Samantha over there at the conference, and we all kind of became friends. And I spent a lot of time talking to Samantha and her husband Ray, and we really clicked it off, and it was just this big entanglement. And Hillary said, Marliss said, "Well, I'm going to Fort Myers, Florida to meet with Hillary to have a regression, and I would love to see you." And we worked it all out. And then from there, it became something completely nothing Marliss and I could have ever predicted. But from that, Hillary had the wonderful idea, "I would love to do something at my house, get us all together and do like a meditation." Well, then Hillary brought in Buffy that you see right there to lead this chaos, this amazing experience we had. And of course, Bindi, way down there in the corner that you see, she was there. And I'm going to have all of you on the show for your own personal interviews. But what we experience, and the experience I've had when I went down there, we all met at Hillary's house, all of us, and about how many people were there?
18. Yes,
18.
there were 18 people. Yes, we thought there was going to be a lot less, but yeah, no, it was perfect.
I was going to lie and say 25. It's in my nature. But yeah, it was 18 people, which 18 people is a lot of people. And we all came together, and we had this quirky, crazy idea of doing this sound healing, light language, meditative group frequency vibrational enhancement. I like calling it that because it's what it is. And it was absolutely amazing. And I've never personally had an experience like this. I'm shy of regression, QHTC, astral readings. I've had a lot of offer of readings. For me, what we did spiritually is right up my alley. Very comfortable. It was absolutely mind-blowing. And for all of you that are watching now, we are going to talk about what we're doing, the instruments we were playing, light language, frequency, and sound healing, 18 people standing around, a few individuals, and putting all of our positivity, all of our intent, all of our uplifting vibrational frequencies, all into single individuals within a room. And boy, were the vibes high. So with that being said, I don't want to hold everyone up too much, but I have a lot of amazing people and some of my closest friends in the chat right now. Amazing people that just really provided something for me I've never had before and kind of opened my eyes personally. And I'm hoping the point of this video will encourage all of you to realize that no matter where you are in this country, you can find like minded individuals and stop making YouTube videos and Facebook posts. Actually, get together and feel that physical vibration. Oh, yeah.
Much
Yes.
better in person.
Yes.
That sounds so dirty. That physical vibration.
You can see you all better in person.
Spiritual vibration. It's different.
That's a real
So,
party.
Which Sam and I, we did the day before. I'm shocked we made. Anyway, moving forward. So, I would love to hear a little introduction of each of you, who you are, where you're coming from, and a little bit about you, if you could. Starting with Buffy. Please introduce yourself. Welcome to the show, New Era of Contact, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much for having me. Well, I'm Buffy LaRue, and I am in Winter Haven, Florida. I have a little healing studio called Buffy's Boutique, where I pretty much do all of the different activities that we did during the light language activation. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and so happy. And Buffy, everyone out there, she's really tall.
Yes.
And Sam's tall, Hillary's pretty tall, but Buffy is like really. I'm 6'8". I was looking at Buffy. I'm like, whoa, you're Nephilim. You're some sort of hybrid. I don't know what you are, but people don't think that tall for no reason.
Thank you.
But she was awesome.
Got some Nephilim in her.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, moving right along, Samantha. Please tell me a little bit about yourself and your man Ray, because with Samantha and Hillary, it's important both of their boy toys, their husbands, which didn't want to be on this video, they were there participating, and they are amazing guys. So if you could, fill everyone in, tell everyone a little bit about yourself and Ray.
And I live in Fort Myers, and we all met at the conference. And boy, what a great group of people. I've never been happier just having people around me that I could talk about the things that are happening right now in humanity. And, it's nice to have a group of people that are on the same page. It really is, because it's tough finding people that you can single out and that have like-minded, like we are,
Yeah, she and I met. I was instantly gravitated towards her because I was like, she's a Palladian. And we just instantly connected. And then we
ran into Marlis, so she ran into us.
That's a whole nother story.
We all have great stories to tell.
I think the conference is more about meeting people.
I think so too. I think that, I enjoyed the most part of it was meeting people and being outside and by the fire and by this area there where we hung out and
stories.
Just getting to know people. We met a lot of great people. There are some people that aren't here that we met that I still talk to every day, or text, I should say, every day at least. And we all keep in touch with each other. We all text each other and let us know what's going on in the community to keep us updated. It's wonderful because, we all stick together and we're united and we're helping each other with whatever is going on in our lives. We all are a part of it.
We're all truth seekers.
Yeah, and it's a great feeling. It's like, I guess it's kind of like having a tribe or a family.
A tribe. It is a tribe. It
pretty
is
cool.
And I wanted to say something about Hillary and Samantha. Remember, I was sitting right across of you, right? Ray, your man, Samantha, was sitting right next to me. You and Hillary were sitting across on the couch, and that's when you made the connection of you guys actually having a mutual connection and knowing each other. That was the moment when you guys realized, we know each other, but we didn't know each other.
That's the epitome of the universe and God. We realized we actually probably crossed paths in Boston.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too.
And we knew the same people from Boston. And
it was like we knew each other before, and then now we're finally reunited. You know, it was kind of a great feeling. You know,
Yeah.
and here we are, like living in the same town, and we didn't even
Yeah,
know.
we had no idea we were living in the same town.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
And then Robert, I remember, I wanted to break the ice by talking to you. I said, maybe if I show him my light ship that I have on during the day, that maybe that'll get the conversation.
We both
going,
are UFO seekers.
So I came over and I started talking to him, and then she jumped in, and then I think there was another couple that aren't here, Monica.
Oh my God!
And Raul, they're great. I don't know if you remember them, Robert, but they're great. Yeah, so we're still in touch with them.
We're all comparing UFO photos.
Yeah, and we just started laughing and smiling and talking, and we from that it was history.
Beautiful. It was beautiful. And Hillary, if you could, a little bit about yourself. Hillary.
So, I am a QHHT level 2 practitioner, an artist, nurse, RN, and yeah, I've been doing this journey for years. Gosh, my husband and I both have been on this journey. I think it started really just years ago, and we both have been following quote unquote the truth and trying to figure out, what is the truth out there. And we went to Mount Shasta, and the picture of my husband with his Arcturian light being above him.
That's a different interview. Hillary will be on for that one.
Sure.
Yeah, that's definitely. But we knew we were kind of higher beings. We felt it.
Yeah.
But Dolores Cannon has taught me a lot. This whole journey with meeting like-minded people, like she said, our tribe. Bindi and I talk every day. Buffy and I got to know each other through. We did our level 1 and our level 2 QHHT together. We went to Orlando, and then we went to Mount Shasta. We had a good old time.
More to come, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
And through Hillary, I met all these other wonderful people, ladies. Very fortunate, just people that I totally feel comfortable with, and I feel like I can relate to them, and I feel like everything is easy,
Yeah, it's just meeting like-minded, like you just resonate.
Friends.
You just resonate with each other. It's just this
absolutely
incredible. And Buffy taught me light language, so that was huge. Or she opened me up to it, so she activated me, and that was the beginning of the end for me.
That's amazing. And moving to my great friend Marlis. Coming from Texas. Whoa! Got the cowboy hat on.
Marlis been at the conference too. Me and Marlis and Hillary. Yep. And
yes. And I met my tribe there, and coming to the conference, I asked my soul to help me find who I'm supposed to meet, because I knew my soul knew everyone. I sat on my soul, and wouldn't you know, I run into Hillary and Samantha, and that was a whole beautiful, beautiful, it was just amazing, that whole meeting. So that led me to all of this and meeting my tribe here. But otherwise, I am married. I have 2 boys. I live in North Central Texas, north of Fort Worth. I'm a retired registered nurse. I have animals. We have a small 3-acre land. I have 2 llamas, 3 goats, 2 dogs, and 3 cats. And I have my little place of heaven on earth here that I just cherish. And this is my little world. I'm kind of a homebody, and getting to Florida to see all of you in Fort Myers and be part of the whole event at Hillary's was just magnificent. And it's just changed me from that time on. I've just been ever blossoming in this journey. I'm relatively new in the journey of the spiritual part of it. And Robert's been a huge help for me. There's so many confusing avenues to go on this journey, and I didn't always know which way to go. And Robert gently just gave me advice. He never told me what to do, but just gave me advice and helped me follow my way along with my guides and angels. And it led me to
guiding us.
Yeah, we all guide each other. That's
But
for
it's
sure.
been a beautiful journey, and I'm so blessed to have you all as part of my
We
family,
feel
my
the same.
tribe,
So this,
and so
Oh, and I want to say something because I feel like I'm the guy kind of just in the middle, tangled up with all of you crazy star seeds and beings out there. You know, I remember Hillary and Sam and Marlis, they had a connection at the conference. And I was talking to Samantha and Ray, her husband, and Hillary a little bit, but not as much as I was talking to Samantha and Ray. And it just so happened later on that night, Marlis came running out to me saying, I just met these two wonderful beings. They were Palladians. She gave me a crystal. She had a crystal on. And I had no idea who she was talking about. I'm like, well, we're all extraterrestrials and hybrids here. Like,
yes.
which ones are you talking
Right?
about?
Which
And
one?
just left it
Yeah,
at that. But
there was a
boy,
moment there where
she,
we
one of
connected.
my friends took a picture of Samantha and Hillary because she and her husband were with me when we
Oh yeah.
met Samantha and Hillary, and they took a picture, and then she shared it with me once I was back to Texas, and then I sent it to Robert, and then he said,
yeah,
"Oh my goodness, I know them," and that was the start. So
Oh,
the
I want to see
universe
that's
had it all figured out on how we were going to meet.
I want to see that one.
no. My head was blown because she's like, these are the two ladies I met that I
I
was
know that.
telling you about. And I looked at them. I'm like,
Yeah.
Hillary, I know them. Like I was talking to them the whole
Small world,
time.
small conference.
And
But there was that moment where I felt I was so connected with my higher self that I
Yeah.
literally was my higher self, and I really was
Yeah.
that being that she wanted to see in me, and it's like it
Yeah.
just showed
That's
up.
really good.
It was like I literally felt the universe coming through me as I was talking to
Yeah.
her, and I was just had all these downloads of just what she needed to hear at the time. And I when she asked us who we were, I said,
Confident about it. You
we
said,
yeah, I was
yeah,
very confident. I
that's
was
right.
like, we are here carrying the light. We are Palladians, and I did
Believe
believe
that.
that. I
Yeah.
mean, I even saw Samantha and I said she's my Palladian
Yeah.
sister, and
Yeah.
then
You did say that.
but I was walking around in that vibration,
Yeah.
and she just happened to catch us at that
She caught us
moment
right when we were there. You
where
know.
we were just exuding that,
Yeah.
and I don't even remember. So she wrote down everything I said and mailed it or sent it to me later, and I was like, I didn't even remember saying half that stuff, but it helped her. You know what? As long as it helped her, and she
Yeah.
said her heart felt so full for days later. And later, I turned to Sam and I said, "Did I just let this lady believe something?" But then I'm like, "No, because
Yeah.
I
No,
knew I
figure it out.
was that. I
Yeah.
knew I was channeling my higher self,
Yeah.
and I was walking in it. It was just so
We
beautiful."
were it.
it was a mutual thing. In the same way
Yes.
you helped Marlis,
Yeah.
it helped you step into your
Yes.
sovereignty, who
Yes.
you really are. And
She kind of mirrored me. It was just
Yeah.
this beautiful
she,
Yeah.
exchange. Yeah.
she saw what was inside of you, not what
Right.
was on the outside,
Right.
which is
Right.
rare.
Well,
That
thank you,
normally
Martha.
doesn't
That makes me
happen.
feel so good.
And
This
then Samantha's
universe,
like,
So,
I
well,
know
yeah.
we
you're
we
like, I
were
gotta go
all
now.
being influenced by higher powers that led us
Yeah.
to all this. I know it because it was so magical what happened.
It was.
Yeah. And
Oh,
that's a
Oh,
big part
Here we
of,
are now. Imagine we'll be in maybe 10 years. We'll have another get together and talk about how far we've come along and,
and that was
all
a
of our
big
other
part,
experiences together. It'd be great.
big part of setting all of us
Friends
together.
for,
It really seemed like there was something else going on
yeah.
beyond all of our knowledge that was putting all
yeah,
of
like
us
we
in
had been here for
contact.
many lifetimes.
Well,
Yeah.
I think yeah, and like there were other people that came up to me and said, "You're carrying the light." Like I felt with that conference, there were people there holding that frequency.
Yes.
We weren't even there to be on stage,
No.
obviously, but we were there to hold a certain frequency,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's what I felt.
Yeah.
So,
True.
Yep. All right. So with introductions. Bindi, are you?
Well,
Hey,
woo!
Bindi, tell us a
I
little
am
bit about
here.
yourself. Tell us a little
Well,
bit about yourself.
where should I start? All right.
Oh my
I'll
goodness.
start. All right, I'll start. Well, I was in the Navy, so I did the whole Navy thing. I do work a corporate job, so basically, I'm living between two worlds, and a lot of people have a lot of challenges with that, but it's very easy to do. It's if you put your mind to it, you can do it. I was the owner of Soul of Life Salt Cave, Tibetan Tea Parlor, and Apothecary in Fort Myers, Florida. We were a Himalayan salt cave and an apothecary. Unfortunately, Ian had other things that we needed to do, so he took us out during Hurricane Ian. Although I do not look back, I do not regret that because then the crystal skulls they just started appearing in my life, and I know that I have a higher purpose with those goals. Um, my whole purpose is to bring peace and light and empower people, and that's what I did with actually the Salt Cave. um, and there's many ways to do it. Again, you have to, if it's putting a smile on someone's face, if it's just making them feel important for the day, and that's what I strive to do. That is my purpose, that is my goal, and that is what I live for. Sometimes, like I said, we have to live between two worlds, but again, that's just something that we have to do at the moment. The bottom line is you live in your truth, live in your power, live in your frequency, and live in your vibration and project that out to other people, because we are here to make the difference. We are here to build a brighter and better world. And the skulls, let me tell you, the skulls have, I know what they do for me. And by that, it's like wisdom is experience. So therefore, I can help other people. When we were talking about earlier, I was just listening and really resonating about the stories that we have to tell. This is age old. This is ancient. Look at our founding, forefathers. Look at the indigenous. Look at the Native Americans. What did they do? They were known for their storytelling. Well, look what we're creating. We're creating those same stories to pass
That
it
is
on, and it's absolutely beautiful, because if we live within our heart, I think we're all searching for something. We're searching for that pot of gold, when actually it's very simple. The pot of gold's in our heart. So once
Cool.
we understand that, then we go and we help other people find their pot of gold. And that's my purpose in life. I know it, and that's why I'm here.
that's so
Amen, sister.
Beautiful,
Beautiful.
Bim.
couldn't have said it better.
I love it.
That's perfect.
And by the way, I'm not like 6'8". I'm like a chihuahua. So dynamite
Oh,
comes in
you're
small
stunning.
packages. Okay.
She's
You
one
are
of a
like a
kind, stunning
powerhouse.
lady. Yes, like
Bindi
my
may
little
be
grand.
small, and trust me, Bindi and I next to each other, it's like David and Goliath. Okay, but
Yeah,
trust me when I say Bindi is a pistol,
she
45
is.
caliber at that.
Fun.
Oh
She
yes,
is she's
yes, yeah.
amazing. So
But
that's amazing to let
Nice.
everyone, everyone just got to hear a little bit about all of you and etc. So to keep things moving on, continuing forward, thank you everyone. What I want to talk about is, all of these amazing connections and how we kind of all came in contact with each other. And I would like to have Buffy go over, like, what was the concept, because Hillary set all of this up and she was originally going to try it, but she said, well, I want to be a part of this, and so she brought you in to do this. And if you
Yeah.
could, before we show everyone what we were actually doing and let them listen to the frequencies and vibrations we were providing for one another, could you go into details a little bit about what this sound healing light language activation was?
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so basically, what we did was a series of activities to raise our frequency. And people use that phrase all the time, like, let's raise our frequency. But our frequency is kind of like a muscle. Yes, we have a certain frequency that we anchor, but we can build our vibration through activities such as, well, the first thing we did was an invocation where we set our intention for the night of what we were doing, which was acknowledging how truly infinite we are as people and how we're much more powerful than we ever think we are. And then from there, we actually did a little bit of movement and dancing. So dancing is another really, really great way to raise the vibration. So we actually were dancing to a light language performer called, oh gosh, her name's like Guarach or something like that. I don't really actually know how to pronounce her name, but we had a great time doing that. And then after we did our dancing, I'm trying to remember what all we did after that. Oh, we used sound to move energy. I'm like, so the basic concept too of the, let me just back up a little bit, of the light language activation came from my desire to basically have ceremony, be in ceremony with people, creating a ritual intended action that will help build up our light quotient or build up our energy bodies. So then after we move our bodies, we begin to do some basically chanting, different chants. I have, it just depends on the day, but I'll bring out anywhere from 3 to 6 different chants. One would be the violet flame, which is a really, really good way to burn off. I'm so spatially goofy and I keep moving myself out of the frame as I talk. But anyway, we do the violet flame, and we sing a little song to ourselves as well as sing into our chakras. And everybody was super participatory, and it was really, really fun to watch everybody do that. And that was all us building the energy leading up to the next part. Yeah, there we are in the circle there, and we're all singing our songs, and we ohmed a bunch of times, and that was really
awesome.
Yeah, it's just really, really powerful to have people singing together. When you sing, it actually can balance out your vagus nerve. So, and there's just a lot of different amazing things that happen to your body physiologically when you sing. So we do that. So we've done movement, we do singing. We talk a little bit about just the things that we are putting in our body or ways to prepare our body for more light and for to hold the vibration, because basically this is a lifetime of actualization or realization or ascension. And so this whole ceremony was a way to really be active and acknowledge to universe, source, God, creator, hey, we know who we are, and we are here to build this energy and to move to the next phase of our human consciousness. So that was really great to do with everybody. And then after we did all that, then we moved to the instruments with the crystal bowls. And I have numerous instruments. I have different drums and chimes. You can see there, crystal bowls, shakers, rattles. And then, of course, we've already primed our voices, and many people in this particular circle were already activated to light language, which isn't something that happens to me typically. Whenever I do these groups, there's maybe, if I'm lucky, one other person who has their own personal prayer language, light language, celestial language, however you want to call it. But in this case, we had multiples who were already activated to light language. So I'm sure that these are people that we've probably all in other timelines met together and really worked the energy this way. It's my belief and understanding that the more we work with this particular energy, the more options we have, opening portals, vortexes, just all sorts of things. So anyway, so then we got out the instruments, and then the instruments and the crystal bowls were set out around a space where we could fit 3 people in the middle. And so each participant had a chance to be in the middle. And then we would all play the instruments around them. And every single person in that room was focused on those people in the middle. It was their time to receive the most amount of healing they could. So it was really, really directed. And that's not something that people get to experience either, having everyone's attention on them, getting an opportunity to just really be the focus So we did that, and then let's see. Um, Oh, and then I would go over the people and do a little bit of a light language anointment with a rose that we brought. Rose has a very, very high frequency, and so we would anoint different chakras um, as we were light languages, and then other participants were walking around and doing healing. It was really, really, really magical. So
Yes,
that's it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely amazing, Buffy. Thank you so much for everything
Thank
you
you.
did for us. It was extremely powerful for all of us. So, with that being said, let's roll the video I put together of the audio that was put together of our meditative experience. Let's play that footage.
Yay.
let me tell you, when I was down on the ground and I was hearing that meditation, it felt like I was on a different planet. It was absolutely insane feeling the energies, feeling the voices, the multiple different instruments. It was insane. So, with that being said, what were the reactions and the experiences that all of you had? And Buffy, you got to participate. And could you go over what you experienced?
Absolutely. Well, ultimately, a deep sense of peace as it was happening. I very quickly was completely tuned out from the entire room, and it felt like I was almost magnetized to the ground, and energies inside seemed to be swirling, almost like nebulas is the word that's coming to mind. Um, I don't know, just ultimate peace, lots of colors in my mind's eye. Very good.
That's amazing. That's a good example of it. And moving to Sam and Hillary, Samantha, what did you feel?
I just felt this amazing, overwhelming sense of like stability and comfort and unity. I felt like I met people that I belonged to be with. It was just everybody there I got along with so well, but in a way that it's so different than when you just go to a party and meet people, and then drinking or whatever. It's more like you met people that you've known for many lifetimes in a sense, because we all just connected and we all just easily got along. And I also felt, a lot of spiritual vibe. Like I could feel my body elevating at times when we were doing that. When we were laying down, I felt just amazing when I got up. It was just, I can't even explain it. It's like no other feeling I've ever had. And this is all new for me too. So
Yeah.
And Samantha, what
it's
what
great.
instrument were you playing? What instrument were you
I played
playing?
every single instrument, and then I also did a little bit of light language myself. I didn't really say anything to anybody because it was new for me, but I tried it. And I just felt like I was just trying to connect with the people that were laying there because I wanted them to get the full experience that I experienced. And I think that's what we all were doing, because I could hear when I was laying down, I could tell that everybody else was doing that too. And so I think switching off and trying different instruments just to try to make that feeling more intense and more beautiful. That's how kind of what I did. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Hillary, what were
Yeah.
you experiencing?
Oh, wow. I don't even know where to begin. I kind of went around to the different instruments, and I was kind of being the hostess too, but I also was like, all right, now it's my turn to kind of integrate into the vibe. And I picked up some tuning forks and I went around, and I just I my the tuning forks were the ones that I resonated with the most. But I felt like we were all in harmony. It was like
yeah.
we all innately knew what to play and what to say and who to send that energy out to. I mean, I just intuitively started speaking light language, and I sat in a place in the room where I had at some point someone in front of me and whoever it was, but I was just led to speak light language over them and do the tuning forks and whatever instrument was in my hand. I mean, and I just felt like it was just an honor to be there and to be a part of everyone's healing. And just just like I didn't
And
hear it.
thank
It
you
was
for
almost like
introducing us.
and every instrument was perfectly in tune
Yeah, it
with
sounded like
everyone
we were
else.
rehearsing or something.
Yeah, it was almost like we had done this
And then when you
before.
heard it afterwards, you're like, wow, it really did sound like,
Yeah,
it just, music is a beautiful thing. I'm a singer, so with me, like, usually you
yeah.
have to rehearse everything to make it sound so good. But there are moments, I call it magic moments in music and when you're performing, that
Yes.
things just come together. And
Yes. And you're all
it's a
in
beautiful
tune.
thing.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah,
really
those were
was.
one of those moments
It was
for
like we
sure.
were just this
Yes,
professional band, but it wasn't even
magic.
about the music. It was about the the frequencies, the
Oh
energies,
yeah,
and what
yeah.
each individual person needed at the time. I mean, I know a
Yeah.
lot of the people who we don't have on this video right now and I keep in touch with are feeling it, and they'll feel it, I believe, for a long time after
Oh yeah.
the effects of this gathering.
Mhm.
It was just incredible. Again, it was about the heart of the
Yes.
people that were there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you described it perfectly. Like a lot of us were switching from instrument to instrument.
Yeah.
And when you're there and what you're experiencing, it's like, whoa. And
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
described
it
it
just catapulted
perfectly.
you to the nebulous. I mean, I felt like this is the ultimate. Like if everybody could do like this type of thing for quote unquote parties, you know, I
I
mean, for
Hmm.
me
know.
this was
Or
the ultimate
conferences, even
party.
like
It
to me,
was
like
just
you connect so
it
much
was a
better like that.
galactic
Good
party,
job, by
right,
the way,
Buffy?
Earl.
Yes,
It's a
yes.
party that I want to go to
It
all
was the
the
kind of
time.
Amazing.
party everyone
Yep.
should
Yes.
have. Yeah.
Yep.
I can't
I'm so
wait for the
grateful to
next
be
one.
Sorry,
to
right
So,
over
have
an
met you
Me
earbud.
all,
too.
to be a part
yes,
of
now
this.
Marlis,
Thank
I
you.
saw Marlis and we actually had we had one moment where that's Marlis you see there in the white shirt right next to me. Her and
Yep.
I had the same experience of being right next to each other and going through this. So, Marlis, what did you experience?
Well, I want to back up a little bit before I actually laid down and had that part. For me, as the whole group was progressing along, I felt more and more and more connection to everybody. And then we started playing all the instruments. And oh my gosh, my heart just, I don't know, it just blew up with love. And I couldn't help but get connections different times. I know Samantha and Ray, I saw you two, and I just felt this overwhelming love. And then is it Mira? Oh gosh, what is her name? Um, anyway, another one of the gals that was there, and I never knew her, but we looked at each other, and there was an instant love connection. It was just beautiful. The music, the vibrations, just totally enveloped everybody. I think it was just wonderful. But I loved the bowls. That was pretty much what I played. I'm not a musical person to know how to play things, but I loved playing those. And then I would listen to other instruments that were around. One of my favorites was the big tube that the beads, and it sounded like water rushing up and down. And Amy
Yeah,
was,
the rainwater. That
The
was
rain
yes,
awesome.
stick.
Amy was playing that, your girlfriend, Robert. She was playing that behind me, and I turned around and I said, "What is that? That is so beautiful." And it was just a tube with the beads, and it just sounded like water just flowing. It was wonderful. As far as laying down, um, I I just kind of went somewhere. I don't know, but when I came, we were kind of awakened, all I can remember saying was, I don't know where I went, but I went somewhere and it was wonderful. Um, so I don't, and I remember hearing the bowl, um, the musician chef guy that was there. He was by me with one of the big bowls, the baseball, I guess he said, and what? I guess I'm hearing an echo. Anyway, he was playing that, and then Hillary was behind my head, and I loved the ones that were like seeds that were like grapes hanging.
Mhm.
And those are the two that I really heard, I guess, while I was laying down a lot. But
Yeah,
it was,
the rain tube that I heard going on when they would flip that stick and it sounded like jungle rainforest rain.
oh, I just so resonated with that. That was
The
wonderful.
other instrument where they would hit it and it would have a whoa 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 whoa
Yep.
whoa whoa
Wawa
whoa.
tubes.
Yes, that was fun. I
Oh,
did that one.
it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It felt like you were on another
And
planet.
Buffy, you had us going over the people with that one, to
Yes.
the you put your finger on it. Oh, and Buffy, explain to them, because when I was before I had my part of the session where I laid down, I started getting this intense like pressure. It wasn't painful, but it was pressure. something going on in the base of my head. And I mentioned it to Buffy afterwards and explained to you what that was, because I can't explain it as well as you did.
I'm
All
trying to
right,
remember
Buffy,
what I know. I'm on the spot.
you're
Okay, I'm
on the
sorry. I'm
spot.
sorry.
Hey,
I'm sorry,
you
Buffy.
gotta deliver.
No, you're fine. I would
You said
say
it was something about coming through my third eye and
yeah,
or my
that's what I was gonna say. It's some sort of adjustment was probably being made in your pineal gland, because the third eye is here, but it's also in the center of the head with the pineal gland, and then the back of I'm trying to show you the back of my head. I can't show you that. The back of the third eye is in the occipital ridge of the head. So my guess is that something was being adjusted, and we also hold a lot of pressure in that occiput. And the way that the crystal bowls work is with entrainment. And so basically, your personal body's energy is shifting and moving up to the higher vibration of the crystal bowls. So sometimes, as those adjustments are being made, we feel that really in our body real time.
Okay.
So that's
I'm
my
sorry I
Wow.
put
guess.
you on the spot, but I couldn't explain it the way you just did.
You're fine.
That's amazing. And wow, a lot of information in here. And yeah, so before I get into what I experienced, which was pretty weird, I'm still processing it. Bendy,
Oh
what
my goodness.
instruments were you playing? What were you up to there?
Well, first of all, let me say I'm a Tibetan sacred sound artist. I play Tibetan bowls. I've been doing this 25 years. I have never in my life experienced what I experienced at Hillary's house with
Wow.
Buffy. And again,
The gang.
I have again I can't explain it. I play the piano, I play crystal bowls, I play Tibetan bowls, I play the keyboard, I play guitar. Never have I experienced something like that. And what and I was playing, I think I was playing more of the, oh, I'm vibrating now. I was playing more of the, I think the drums and the instruments like that. Um, and going over the people. But what I see that really, really was happening, it's everyone's energy. They came together.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was healing one another. It's just not like one, oh, I'm going to go and get a healing. No, everyone from their heart, from the deepest pit of their heart, deepest soul, they were actually turning on their light to amplify someone else. And again, we're all crystals. So we amplify one another. And this is just goes to show anything that you want to do, if it's your intention, if it's your soul's purpose, you can do it. And Buffy, and Hillary, that was the most amazing event I have ever been to, ever. And to see the people, the connection with the people, it was pure love. I mean, you've heard of love. That event was pure love. And that's
Yeah.
all I can say. It oh, and one more thing too. So Hillary, Hillary had performed a light language on me probably 3 months ago when I had the salt cave. So this when I was getting the light language and everything like that, my body, I was actually levitating. I felt myself levitating. I was going into like a shock. I think some of the little girls there, they thought I was like having seizures or something, but it's just what I do. Um, but after I came out of that, probably last night, and Buffy, you can explain about this. So last night, all of a sudden, I started speaking light language, and it was like it would not turn off. Literally, it would
Yeah.
not turn off with my crystal skulls and everything. Um, it was amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm driving down the road today. I'm speaking light language, but
Yeah.
then something that was really amazing is I'm like, I need to translate this. I had a voice come in with an earth language, English. It sounded like the voice was in like some kind of synthesizer, and it told me everything. My transmission. It was
Wow.
unbelievable. So this is what we do for one another, and with all the people out there, it's all about everything's right at our fingertips. We just have to search. We have to search. We have to connect, and we have to know, and we have to love and trust. And that's the bottom line, I think.
I love it.
Yes.
Absolutely. No
I
doubt
love
about it.
that, Bindi.
That was awesome.
And
Perfect
you
for
know,
that.
Bendy, I
Beautiful.
I love Bendy. This little tiny old woman, tattooed, head to toe.
Oh yeah.
I just had a guest, Eric Hecker,
Beautiful.
that served in the Navy, Antarctica, lived and worked there. And
We love you, Mindy.
Bendy told me something about her experience in the Navy that matched up with my good friend Eric's. And I can't wait to have her on to just really open up her brain into an autopsy on all the
A lot going
information
on.
she has. It's amazing. And
And
for me, what was going on for me, etc. And when I was down there and I was doing this meditative thing, and you can see me right there, we had the things over our eyes, and as my I was laying there, my feet were straight up. I had my toes facing the sky. When the singing bowls started, when everything started, everyone started meditating and putting their energy, my toes started to go outwards. Like both of my feet were getting bent down. I remember complaining about this because it was actually painful. It was painful. All of you remember me talking about this. And when I was sitting there, my feet went from this, and as long as the meditation was going, my feet were like this. And no matter, I was trying to bring them back to this, and my ankles and my feet just kept going out like, this is too much for me. It was absolutely mind blowing what I experienced from all of this. And just as Melissa and all of you have kind of hinted at, it was literally like I was on an extraterrestrial craft, or I was in another star system that resonates at a different frequency. It felt like I was in a different vibrational frequency in the galaxy. I felt like I wasn't home, and that was compelling. No doubt about it.
But
you
that
know,
Really
definitely
well.
felt more like home than home.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Feels like
It's like we're always searching to go back, to go back. Home is the heart, and it takes
Yes.
people like all of you and everyone. We're all out there. You don't have to, we're always searching, searching, searching. And for your audience, people are out there. We are out there. People like us are out there, and we're out there more than you can even imagine. All you got to do is set the intention to find the person, and let me tell you, your life will be changed forever because you will find your tribe.
Absolutely. So, Buffy, after all of us having these amazing experiences, what did all of us feel afterwards? Because I know after this, I felt some kind of way. So, what did you feel, Buffy? If you could
Yeah.
explain, what did you feel?
Well, I felt some kind of way for days, almost weeks, I think. I felt like we performed a service that not just my soul needed, but that the world needs. We took our energy and we weren't just sharing it with each other, we were sending it out to the world. And I felt like we performed some adjustments on the grid of Earth. I feel
Yes.
like I felt like we were called. Like I felt we were there that day. It was, we were all invited, but I feel like we probably pre planned this whole thing before we even came to Earth. And we performed this magical ceremony. And I feel like it really unified all of the energy in my body. I felt a lot stronger since that day. Like, because I feel like it nourished each and every one of my cells. It gave it something that it couldn't get in any other way. It would be the best way that I could say it.
That's absolutely perfect. That's exactly what's going on.
yeah.
And moving to Samantha and Hillary, which are hanging out together. A nice warm
Yes. We're hanging out on the
Florida.
patio here. It's
I'm
getting
so
dark.
jealous. So, what did you guys feel afterwards? What were your feelings after this incredible
Self
experience?
confidence. Definitely, like I found something that was missing. Just my life since then, and since everything this past year or so. I just feel like, I don't feel as lost as I did before. Like, I feel like I have a connection. And that, I feel like, what was happening in the world for the past couple of years has been so tearing us apart. And we're losing,
Our human connection.
yeah, our
Yeah.
human connection. Like, they
Yeah.
divided us, separated us. We all needed that, and I think that, like Mindy said, it's right there. You just gotta
All
have
about
the
love.
intention for it. You gotta want it,
Yeah.
and if you really want something, it's gonna happen. And so I feel like
It
I
was
made that
time.
connection with all of these wonderful people, and I feel like I feel good about it. I feel confident, I feel strong, and I feel like there's unity and there's hope. There's hope for the world, because it's really sad what's happening right now. We just have to stick together and not be divided, and unite. And that's what we did. And
Yeah.
that's what we all have to do,
Yeah.
So
I definitely
Absolutely.
felt like we definitely connected on a soul level. We didn't really know each other. A lot of these people had never met. Most of them had never met before.
Yeah.
So
no, you
we,
knew them all.
through, sometimes music unites us, but it was more than, as I said, more than the music.
Right,
It was
the
about
music.
all opening our hearts up and joining in the frequency of love.
Yeah.
And I mean, it healed me on a deeper level, but it was all about giving to each other. It wasn't just about, what you could get from it. It was about what we were giving to each other. We were all getting back more than what we were giving. I felt like it was just a perfect harmony of an energetic exchange. I mean, really, it
Yeah,
was
well
just,
said.
to this
Yeah.
day, I'm feeling so invigorated. I just want to keep doing more of those, right,
I
Buffy?
know.
Yes.
Let's get together again.
Keep
All
it
of us
going.
need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you, Hillary.
But we're still
Like
all communicating. That's the good thing.
Melissa and I, we were talking and we were saying, man, if we could have this in Texas or New Jersey, we would be doing it every weekend. Like, honestly, if I could do this every weekend, have one night a week
Yeah.
where we all come together and do this, it's absolutely amazing. And with that being said, Marlis, my good friend, how you feeling? What did you feel afterwards? Because you and I, we hung out afterwards.
I can't restate it any better than Buffy and Samantha and Hillary have already said. I have exactly the same feelings. It was magical. It was beautiful. It was more than just those of us that were there. It was far beyond us. And um, the next day, when I spent that afternoon with you and Amy, and we went out to eat, I mean, oh, there was just a sense of peace and happiness that I've had, but it was intensified. The love in my heart, and I still felt connected as part of everybody in that group was still with me, and they still are. It's been ongoing. Um, Coming back home, I was exhausted for a while, absolutely exhausted. Um,
Yeah.
and I had to take a nice long nap one day, and had a beautiful, vivid dream that has charged my life in a different way too. And I think that was all just part of the building of that whole weekend down there. So it's been a wonderful journey that's been growing. Where I live, I'm out in the country. I'm kind of a recluse, if you will, but I don't know anyone in my area. I live out in rural Texas. Um, I don't know any people that are like-minded, so I had to go to Florida to find this. Um, I just have a hope in my heart, a trust that just like meeting Hillary and you, Robert, and Samantha, and Bindi and Buffy, in our ways that the um, higher powers put us all together. I believe that I will find someone here in my area that I will connect with when the time is right. So I'm
That
just waiting for that time, and it'll come. It'll come.
and that's right. That's right. And with you, Merlis, and this whole situation coming together, we all felt this, did we not? We all
Oh,
felt it.
yeah.
Mhm.
And it's absolutely amazing, that we can have this in Texas. We can have this in New Jersey because there are people all around this country that feel this way and they want to do these things that we're showing off like, oh, look what we did on a weekend and I drove halfway across the country to be a
Bindi,
part of. Moving on along, Bindi, what were your experiences after? Because I know for sure I felt completely drained afterwards. I had to take about 2 weeks to recuperate. Bindi, what were you feeling?
I think, well, I know I felt like I was totally, throughout our journeys we have different, whether it's a chakra or whatever, because different layers and layers and layers are built up around our heart, because that's in the mechanism which we protect ourselves. I felt like, even though you don't realize what area is blocked, that you might have issues maybe with your solar plexus, you might have insecurity issues, whatever it may be. I just feel like everything was washed away. Everything, and it wasn't even, you don't know how it was done. You just felt better, and it was just all washed away. Everything energized. You feel powerful. It's like, okay, nobody get in my way. I was like that before, but now I'm like, no, don't get in my way because I will run you over. But I think too, if we look at an earth and we always think of the earth and we see the grid on the earth, we see the ley lines, we see the vortex. Well, they're being depleted, they're being destroyed. I think we are that grid. We are the grid for the earth. And what we're doing by doing this and what Buffy did, we're reconnecting the grid back together. That way it covers the earth and we all become one again. That's what I'm seeing.
Cindy, that was so beautiful. I
Yeah.
never even imagined what you just said. That
I just saw it.
you're the
Literally, if you look at
ah,
planet Earth and you look at the ley lines and you look at the grids, you look at the vortices, okay? They've been destroyed, they've been depleted by chemtrails, whatever. That's that's who we are. We are those grids. So
ah,
we have to connect the grids back to
ah.
reconnect the earth, to connect them on the earth.
For some reason, Robert and I had to go down there to do
And
that.
love is the key. Opening your heart, removing those layers from your heart, layer by layer by layer by layer, so you can get to source, so you can get to truth, which is the core being. That's where you find yourself.
But those skulls, they were the ones who almost catapulted us into another
Yes.
dimension. I mean, I
Thank
felt
you.
like those
Yes.
skulls were the epitome of the they took all our frequencies and they raised it.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone who sat in front of those skulls was changed completely in a heartbeat. I felt my heart getting pulled and ripped apart. I mean, all the grief and the pain. It was like they were just digging deep. They were loving it. And if it wasn't for them, I just don't feel that energy would have been as palpable as
Yeah.
it was.
Exactly.
Agree.
So,
Yeah.
bringing into the next part, Bindi and those crystal skulls, which I will have Bindi on to school all of you in spirituality later on. But if you could, Bindi, could you talk a little bit, very briefly, about those crystal skulls?
Yes, the crystal skulls that you saw in those photos, that is Atlas and Omni. And Atlas is a 17 pound, he's the one that's hollow, 17-pound crystal quartz skull, as well as Omni. He's a Himalayan quartz. The purpose of the skulls, they actually open you up to your truth. Atlas, he will go in. Atlas is the healer. Atlas will go in, and again, it's frequency. He will scan you like a freaking MRI. He will scan you. He sees what areas that are troubled, that are challenged, that are depleted. He will actually go in and actually he will basically make them right. He will heal them. He will put energy and light into them. Again, I know because he did this with my solar plexus. And you might, it's like with anything when you're healing. In the beginning, you might feel sick a little bit or something, but he will come back and your body will be whole and complete. This is what they do. This is the story of the 13 crystal skulls. The prophecies are coming back. And they all, again, the story, and we can go into it at a later date, but the story was of the 13 crystal skulls. The 13 crystal skulls, it's placed here because they hold all the knowledge of humanity, all the knowledge of the universe. When we are ready, they will come out and start presenting themselves. This is what they're doing now. The guardians of these skulls, they choose the guardian. The crystal skull chooses a guardian. And it's a very big job. Um, it's a very it's an honor in my opinion, but you have to really really work the skull. The skull will tell you everything. It will show you. It will show you where it needs to go. It will show you the people that it needs to be with. They're absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. And I literally got to sit in front of these skulls, and everything's so simple when you're sitting in front of these. It's made clear to you that we are nothing. Star fragmentation, molecular bacteria, and molecules, and photons and atoms put together when you stare at something like this. That's all that it is, Bendy. And that the fact that we all have this meditation and we have these giant crystal skulls just sitting there. It's like, oh, I couldn't handle it. And
It
go ahead, Bendy.
it if you I don't know if you can put back up the picture, but of Atlas, the large one, after we left there, in the middle of his forehead, he has a heart of light. That was never there
Oh my
before.
goodness, it is a heart. Look above the nose. It's
Yeah.
a perfect little heart shape built right in the pineal gland.
Yeah, and
Right
that
in the
was,
third eye.
yes, that was never there before. The skulls are magical. They're here to help us evolve and to learn and grow with them. That's why they are here. That's why they are coming out more at this time. You're going to start seeing a lot more crystal skulls come out. Please, your audience, please pay attention. They're here to help us along this journey.
But the main point of this video is to encourage people to locally expand what they're able to do with the people around them coming together, and as simple as it takes of what they need to do to increase their frequency, their vibration, etc. Your final words of encouragement to encourage people around America, people that live in cornfields and backwoods, hillbilly, rednecks, long forgotten areas. What are your, suggestions that you could do and provide to suggest that we need to do this locally? And with that being said, Buffy, if you could you please tell us what it takes to do this locally so we could all do this where we live, no matter how remote we are, no matter if we're in bum Egypt, the terminology, bum F Egypt. I try to be a good boy, I don't like to curse. But imagine if we're in the middle of nowhere, the Alabamas of the country. What do we do to enhance this, and what can we do to make this more of a trend, more of something that happens locally?
Well, first, I just want to empower those who have gotten the call. I'm not the only person that has gotten the call of the return of the mystery school. We're here to
Oh,
do this now. And I know that whether you're in a small town or in a big city, if you have heard the call and something is talking to you and it's saying it's time for you to get out and start a group, it's time for you to just take one little step towards acknowledging this infinite spiral that we live in. I just want you to do it. I just want you to hear my words and just step forward. The call that you're hearing is for you.
Wow.
absolutely. That was amazing. No doubt about it.
Yep.
And moving on to Hillary and Samantha.
Well, I think that everybody should just remember what's important. What's happening right now is so intense, and we're all here for a reason, and we have to continue to, like she said, hear that calling, whether it's with light work or whatever these lovely ladies are doing. With me, maybe it's my music. With Bindi, it's her skulls. With Hillary, it's her regression and her art. We all have to remember what to do, what makes us happy, and use that as a tool to make others happy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we're going to make this world change
A
to
better
be a better
place.
place,
Yeah.
which is happening whether they want it to happen or not, as
Mm-hmm.
it's on. But we're all here to
Mm-hmm.
remind each other that, being alone and not using your best abilities and your artistic and creativity, use your creativity, because
Yeah.
that's what makes you who you
Yeah.
are, unique, and do what you love to do and use that to help others. And being together and uniting and meeting people is very important right now, and we need to do that. And I think we're all
Yeah.
we're heading in the right direction. It's going to take some time, but we're doing it. And stay
Yeah.
positive. Don't be afraid of anything. There's no
Mm-hmm.
need to fear anything, because we're always changing, we're always evolving, and just be happy to be here right now. We all are here for a reason, and we all
Yeah.
came down here to be here for this particular point in time.
Yep. We all heard the
We
call.
all heard the call, so we all are a part of it, no matter
Yeah.
who you are. We're
Yeah.
all important, and that's what we need to remember and continue to
Yeah.
do.
Like she
Boom.
said,
My big
yeah.
sister, Samantha. My
You
big
know it,
sis. What's up,
bro.
big sis?
Little
Keep
brother.
you in line.
Shout out. So, Hillary, drop that knowledge. Why should we all do this locally? What information can you provide to encourage others that they don't need to go to Fort Myers to make this happen? What do they
No.
need to do?
Well, when we like she said, we use our gifts, we use our creative gifts, we tap into our galactic selves. We all have gifts whether we know them or not. They're all coming to the forefront, and we're actually discovering pieces of ourselves through each other. So we each have a piece of the puzzle that nobody's better, or nobody really has the answer. We all have the answer for each other. We're all adding to that beautiful like collage that we all are, this incredible galactic self that is coming forth in this new world, in this ascension of Gaia, where we're all rediscovering our gifts and what we have to offer each other. And it's not going to be the old paradigm. It's going to be, just the it's a new frequency, it's a higher vibration, and we're all doing it together. We're all pulling each other up into the higher
We
realms.
can feel
And
it.
yeah, so whatever gift you have, whatever way you can make someone's life better and add to anyone's life, whether it's music, art, love, just speaking into their heart and soul. I think we're all there. We're all wanting to do that. And yeah, I think the more that we get together and we raise our own vibration, we walk down the street, you never know when that other person could just show up in
Yeah.
your life that is part of your soul tribe. And I feel when you just look in their eyes, you'll see
Yeah.
this, you'll find your soul tribe. They'll
Yeah.
just show up.
They will.
They just show
It'll
up.
happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess for me, even though I don't have spiritual group connections, I have felt in my heart for so long that I am just through the spiritual journey. I am love and light. And my job is to just be that love and light. So when I'm out in stores or out and about, I just um, I just want to spread that love and light. I hear frequently when I've gotten frustrated that, what am I supposed to do? Is there more I'm supposed to do? I often hear from my higher self, just be patient, and just be the love and light that you are. And for me, that's my calling right now. I know that I met all of you because I had an intention to move on and find more. And so I believe within myself that with the intention I have to find others around me that are more soul minded, it'll come. And I have faith in that. But until then, if we all just, those of us that are out in the backwoods, maybe, to just be that love and light that you are and spread that. And it makes a huge difference. I love looking into the eyes of people as I'm shopping or around, or just striking up a hello, and just passing on that love and light right then and there. And it just warms my heart, and you can see it in their eyes. It's so beautiful. So I think even just that makes a big difference.
Go ahead, Bendy.
I think, first of all, I mean, what everyone is sharing is absolutely amazing. So please, please take that to your heart. What we must also do, there's a lot of naysayers out there. There's a lot of people that want to dim your light. Don't let your light be dimmed.
No
Faith,
way.
not fear. And there are people, we all know that they don't like seeing light, but faith, not fear. What I do a lot too, to I do a lot of research. I'll get online. I'll look at things that I'm interested in. If you're interested in, there's something to it. So what I've done, if you start reading and researching, you're going to see that you're really a part of something that is from the past or galactic. So I do a lot of that because again, that just leads you, and then that will lead you down something else. Then you're going to start finding your tribe. You're going to start finding people. But the main thing, if you have a thought, don't push it away, because again, you're really onto something, because no thought would come into your mind otherwise. And then dive deeper, research it, find it, and most likely you're going to find someone in your community that is doing that. They're just afraid to come out with it because they'll say, oh, they'll think I'm crazy. No, 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 no. We don't have time for that anymore. We've got to follow our guide. I mean, time time is an illusion anyway. You know what I'm saying? So love, don't let anyone get in your way. Don't let people poo-paw you. Faith, not fear. Remove those layers from your heart, all the layers that we've had to build up over time. It's scar tissue. Just remove them all. Do that through Tibetan bowls, through crystal bowls, through what Buffy does. There's all these different modalities you can do it. Walk tall, stand tall, and don't let anybody get in your way. And that's what I have to say.
Don't let anyone dim your light. Way to
Yes,
go,
exactly.
Bendy.
Good one, Benny.
Go, girl.
But again, we have each other. Look, just like Hillary, just like Sam. This is what we do when our light becomes dim, but we have each other to bring yourselves back up. That's why
Right.
you have your
Yes, we
tribe. That's what we
do.
all do for one another.
That's right. Shine that little light of ours.
Yep.
Bendy just killed it for all of us.
Woo,
Good
Bendy!
finale.
She did.
Woo.
And you know what? This concludes everything we were saying. This has been an amazing interview. So please go into the description because you will find different websites, articles, etc., with all the guests that were on
Bye.
here
Good seeing you
tonight.
Bye.
all.
We're
Good
out
night,
of here.
everyone.
Love
Bye.
you all.
Love
Love
Peace
you.
out.
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
now.
want to go public without evidence because I knew no one would believe me. The entire incident happened about 5 to 6 minutes in total. And my mom shouts really loud, "Oh my God, what is that? What is that?" At no point did the 2 men in black or the Air Force gentleman ask my mother or her friends what did they see. They looked human, but they did weird things. The men in black, they said, "You will report it as a helicopter crash, or we will take your son away." The men in black play the narrative and the media outlets spew it back out. This was 1991, Project Mockingbird in full effect.
Please join the YouTube membership for my channel. You will get exclusive badges, really awesome emojis, member-only live streams, posts, and chats and connections with me for only $5.99 a month. See you there. Hey everyone, check out the Order of Light merchandise store. We got a lot of different t-shirts there. The Humans Aren't Real, Lower Always Creek Incident. We got tank tops and Merkaba. We got stickers, glasses, a lot of different glasses, so get thirsty. We got bags. I live in New Jersey. We don't have bags anymore, so it's really nice. We got flip-flops, hoodies, and all the ladies out there, we got a bunch of awesome merchandise for you.